All right, what's going on, everybody? It is August 12th, 2018. It's actually my birthday today. Kind of cool. So, having a good time. Here, I'm out in Michigan right now. We just got done traveling after fucking hours and hours of traveling, literally days of traveling. And now we're at a campsite in Michigan where I have a hot spot to be doing this for you. So, let's check out what we got here in the markets. I mean, I haven't really looked at anything so far. It's the first time looking at the charts all day. So, I'm going to kind of see what we had last week. To finish out the week, I was expecting some big pushes from certain pairs towards their New York session. None of that actually happened. A lot of the pairs actually made their moves during London session. Everything had moved, so it was kind of crazy. Yeah, thanks, bro. I was expecting some sort of reversals to happen, but it's cool because what had happened here on EU, especially, it actually just proved my point of what we were looking for overall over the last couple months. If you guys remember, now that there's a new low, we actually know where the chart's going. If you guys remember over the last few months of me doing my chart analysis, we've been looking at Euro USD overall. We predicted Euro USD for the drop when it was initially over here earlier this year. We got that whole drop, and then we also predicted for it to come down to this area, this whole zone that it's at right here on the weekly, and consolidate like it did. So the one thing that we noticed, and that I've been saying for literally the last month and a half now, was that Euro USD was not looking like it was going to be a buy. We were looking to be a head and shoulders where it would consolidate here, and it would eventually shoot up like so. That's a bad color. We have it consolidate like it did here and then shoot up to test this high all the way across as the head and shoulders. But some things started changing when we got closer and closer. As it started consolidating more, I started noticing this. If you guys remembered me talking about the RSI and how it broke down, I told you that this was not going to shoot up. And it wasn't going to go and make a head and shoulders like everybody else thought it was going to be. This was going to be a straight shot down. All right, so this is literally what happened. It consolidated, it hit that new level, and it gradually pulls back, as in like a nice little consolidation pullback phase in the lower time frames, and then it straight drops, and that's literally what we had planned. So even though we had not gotten that maybe push up for the news event, we had the overall structure of what we have been predicting over the last couple months completely correct, 100% on. So now that that's going here, we gotta have to see what the new zones are, because prices are now getting hit. It's about to be hitting some massive consolidation zones. So let me actually clean this up real quick. I'm going to go to this so I can get rid of all the lines. All right, so we have some new lines that are being tested as we speak. You got this one right there. We have, this is completely off the weekly, so let me go to the daily real quick. You have this high, this high, notice how it's in the middle. We have where it's at right here. I don't know about this one. Sec. I don't really like this one. It's not consistent enough. Well, as we can see, like we're right in the middle of price doing some shit. So we overall know it's going to be dropping. I'm trying to see based on the higher time frame where it's going to go. And off of the monthly here, we have a new low. So I'm expecting this thing to drop completely back down into that oversold region. See if I can find a clear. I just think it's going to consolidate, honestly. It's in a weird position. I got to find the most recent supply and demand zone. Otherwise, I can't see this shit. It's literally in it. It's in it right now. All right, well, expect another drop. Let me go to the 4 hour. I'm going to see if I can just do this without like telling you guys. It's beneath it's completely oversold. It made a new low. But it's hitting another level where it could possibly just consolidate here. So I'm going to tell you guys straight up, hold off on EU because it's in between zones that can do this shit, all right? All right, so this is literally what we're going to be witnessing over the next couple of weeks. Is it going to be consolidating because of how that power push that just happened? And on top of that, it's in a supply and demand zone. Notice it's a little divergent in the hour. It's extremely oversold. 4 hours, it's not divergent. So I just think this thing's going to consolidate. So don't really look for anything crazy on Euro USD. If anything, continue with the trend. That means on the 15-minute chart, if it goes up to the water, bounces off it, continue it down. Let it come down and retest if you sell it there. If it comes up, the only way you're going to buy this short term is if it breaks the water, comes back to retest it, and goes up to the mail. That's it. That's it. But understand that now everything that goes up is a pullback. It's not a reversal. It's not a trend anymore. This thing is going down, but it's going to do some shit before it decides to go down. So we'll see how it goes. But you're not buying unless it breaks that 15-minute water, and you're continuing to sell if it doesn't break it. Let's go to gold. Gold's still consolidating. It did drop last week, or actually, no, it dropped and rose last week. Bounced right off the water. I'm going to say the same thing for gold, guys. Look for it to continue down. Do not buy gold. Do not fucking buy it. I think it's gonna break. This thing looks like it's complete sell. Still beneath stationary 50. Just do a railroad on the water. Continue with the sell on gold. Oh yeah, we're in a safe area. Continue with the sell on gold down into this zone. I don't see this thing really coming out. So if you want, you could do this. Draw your highs and lows here. Put the low there. You got a common ground of a high there. So look for it to bounce in between, but I definitely would consider looking for this thing to be an overall sell. Just like EU broke, gold's going to do the same thing. Gold and EU correlate. Gold just taking its time. So look for sells on gold and the breakout eventually. GU, same shit. Look at this weekly. It's been selling all the way down to the zone for as long as we can remember. It's still no signs of reversal on the weekly. The daily is no signs of it either. It's not even divergent anymore. Continuing 4 hour, not divergent. Guys, the only thing you're looking for is continued sells on this. Pullbacks to the water on the 1 hour would be ideal. Because it is at a point where it's been consolidating for a day. So you may want to watch this thing go from the water down. If it breaks the water, you know what to do. Retest the water, go up to the mayo. Same shit on EU. There's not really you can do it. Plus it's Sunday, it's a trap day, so be careful. AU did it break out? So AU last week it broke out of the low. And this thing is still going to continue, and it has some room. So we have here, which should be matched up with the recent daily low. Yep. Recent weekly low, whatever it is. So we got all this room to play with, this entire thing to that low. So you're looking for sells on AU. All right. So my favorite 4 pairs: EU, gold, GU, and AU. You're all looking for sells on them. Okay. They have the best play out. Anything up, it's false move. So stop on high, drop. AU is divergent as shit. It's made to make. It's supposed to be making a move soon. I don't think there's any news. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to just wait for it to consolidate and then pull back. And when it pushes up, false move week beginning, you look for sells to continue it. Okay, that's when you come in. U Chief, still looking for the overall. I think this thing's going to break out actually and go up to the upside. Let's go to weekly. It's been consolidating up. It's not divergent. I think it's going to. And the way this is pushing, it's hitting a wall. This thing is going to be shooting up soon. All right, so you guys are going to be looking for U-Chief buys long term. Daily showing good signs, bouncing off the water, still above the stationary 50. This is going up. This is going to break the trend line right here. This is going to break soon, pull back, and it's going to shoot up back up to this high. Horrible drawing. But it's going to shoot up back to this high, okay? Draw that across. So you're looking long-term buys on U-Chief. UJ. Still breaking actually. Well, it hit the water, and on the daily, wicked off of it, and this could be the false move week beginning here, or what I see is it's actually going down. So look at UJ. This thing is shooting down into this zone. All right, so it's not going back up. RSI is telling me so. It's coming outside the volatility band. It's going to shoot down to at least the daily Mayo, which is 30 pips away. All right, so stop on high, continue drop. It broke all the lows, broke out of the supply and demand zone. It's going to that blueberry, 4 hour blueberry, which is that daily Mayo essentially. You guys looking for continued sells on UJ? Stop on high, drop. Who's that? Adonis? It's crazy. Be a good boy. GJ, let's see. Yeah, I have to put on something long pants or some shit. Put on long pants and sweatshirt today. I plan on not getting eaten. GJ still dropping on the weekly. If you guys see how clear this shit is, this thing is going to be dropping to at least this recent daily low, which on my chart I have it at. Let me actually readjust it. It's got to go about there, which is 138.933. That's where this thing is located. So this thing is at least dropping to there, guaranteed. Daily. So you guys, if you are swing traders, you could sell it long term. If you're intraday traders, you can wait for it to stop on high then drop. But I'm just letting you guys know that this shit is going to continue to drop. So it's either going to continue to drop right here, and then you can ride it out, or it's going to pull back to at least the water. Okay. I suggest watching the 15-minute just to get a precise entry. If you guys wanted to wait for this thing to stop onto that water again, then you could sell it. If it breaks that water, you know it's going to that Mayo, which is the 1 hour water. So if it doesn't break that and it hits it, guys, 100% fucking sell it. Like that's fucking kindergarten shit. You're selling it. All right. EA played out fucking amazing last week. If anybody played EA in my group, actually, I know a few people caught it. I told them that if that stop on high, I told them to resell it if it came back up to retest, and it literally did. If you go to the 15-minute, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful setup. I told people to sell it in this candle as it shot up, sell it, and I said if it comes back up to retest that high, resell it again. So we had all resells here, and then it tanked from here, which is sauce, by the way, all the way down 70 pips. All right, this is sauce. So it threw sauce on the 15-minute last week to continue the trend down. And we're still looking for sells too. So I'm going to stick with my analysis that I had over the last several weeks now and tell you guys that EA is still dropping. It still has room. This is all stop hunts. This is all pushes, false moves. This is the TDI. It broke beneath the stationary 50. It's hitting a flat line. So when it looks flat like this, after it breaks out beneath the stationary 50 in the volatility bands, this just indicates pullback. It's going to drop again. All right. The EMAs are close. This is going to fucking tank. All right. Just letting you know. If it was the 15-minute chart, I probably would have already sold it. But it's not. It's the fucking daily. So you got to be patient with that shit. 4 hour looks good. I would just say to wait for it to retest up there. Wait for it to shoot up. As soon as it shoots up again, guys, fucking sell it. Same thing. That's it. When it shoots up, stop on high, sell. GA, same shit. Stop hunt high. Even though it's actually already continuing, I didn't even look at it. This broke the low, immediately shot up. That's a GBP pair for you. Threw a wick to end the week. But it's still beneath the stationary 50. It's not divergent. It was pre-oversold. 4 hour. It's breaking the water. I think it's going to consolidate. Get ready for this thing. All right, so it's either going to do two things. It's either going to consolidate here and get ready to drop, or it's going to break it and go to the blueberry, then consolidate and drop. And as of right now, I mean, it is overbought. It's divergent too, but this thing could still keep going up. So be careful on GA. Just if it shoots up, I would just be careful. Just wait for it. Don't really touch it right now. Wait for the patterns to clearly show, and then you can look for sells. But I think this thing might continue. We'll see how it goes. I'm not touching it tonight. It's trap day. GZ. I don't even want to touch GZ. I don't think it deserves to be touched. So we're not going to touch GZ. All right, G Chief. I think this one is still good. I think it's still good for sells. This actually looks identical to GJ. That's scary. It broke all those zones that it's at right now. It's oversold, so this thing could consolidate. This is going to get ready for some consolidation. 4 hour should be divergent then if it looks like that. There you go. This is looking good. I would just, it's going to consolidate a little bit. Is there a reason people don't play silver? Really play silver like they do gold? I don't know. I don't think not all. I mean, they do offer silver. I honestly don't know. I know plenty of people that have made money just off of silver. One guy runs his own trade group called Trade Lords. Makes plenty of money off of silver. I just think people play gold because of the value, the perception of it. It's like, oh, gold sounds better than silver. I don't know. I've never personally played it, so like that. I just know it's as volatile. It's a commodity. It's just the same shit. G Chief is going to consolidate. Oh. Come on. Wait for this to load. Oh boy. Is there news? No, there isn't. Sweet. But the charts are moving. Something's happening. Oh god. Just to let you guys know, if my charts freeze like they are doing right now, that means something's happening in the market. So let's go look at some of these pairs. Any JPY pairs moving? USD JPY. Nothing. All right, cool. So it wasn't too big. I just think a lot of pairs just started moving just now. Yeah, so just hold off on G Chief. I think it's going to consolidate for a little bit before it decides to really start doing anything. And then from there we'll be able to grab it. I would just continue with the downtrend. 15 minutes divergent, same shit. Comes up, drops, or goes up to the Mayo, which is the water, drops for the 144, which I have to switch these shits because the 140 I can barely see it on my chart. I think it's because I got to do this. There's bugs hopping on my screen because I'm the only light out here. Lord. Let's see what happens. I think the 144 should clean up here. Oh Lord. Nice. There we go. Yeah, just wait for it to do that, and then we'll shoot it down. Just keep going with the trend. I don't really feel like going over these two pairs. We don't really do that. All right, cool. So my favorite pairs right now, obviously, Euro USD, gold, GBP USD, and AUD USD. I'm liking all of them for continued drops. So focus on those. Really watch how they move. Oh, EA as well. So and EA. Just be really careful. Be patient, and grab some pips this week. Trap day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 o'clock. If it gets delayed a little bit, I'll let you know. But I'm just traveling a lot, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out.